welcome to my new Let's Play, Namco Cross Capcom. Yes, it says X, but it's actually a cross. I'm your host, Judas, and I'll be playing this game completely, 100% through. I'm not quite sure which routes I'm going to do yet, but this is my first big project. We're just going to jump right into it here. This is originally a Japanese-only game, but it was translated by the good old folks over there at Transgen. I actually tried to get in on it, but I actually didn't have the time to help them out, so I just waited, and lo and behold, they finally released their translation patch, and I finally snatched it up. Translation's actually pretty decent. I mean, I know a fair middling amount of Japanese, but they did a pretty good job translating it. The grammar and stuff's pretty off, but what can you expect with fan hacking? Don't have the exact tools the Japanese did when putting text in their game, so you kind of get awkward placement of words, and you have to use the occasional odd period or comma to space words out, but you know, it is what it is. So right now it's just kind of giving the background story for the game about quakes and two different worlds, and where it all started in Shibuya. Pretty much there's a Capcom world and a Namco world, and the main characters belong to Namco, and they show up in Super Robot Wars OG Endless Frontier. These two guys right here. We got Reiji, who's Senor Awesome himself. He's pretty cool. When I first played this game, back when it was in Japanese, I was like, oh, he's the best character ever. And we have Xiaomu, who's Spirit Fox, I believe? Yeah. Her hair looks like Ninetales. Kinda. Sorta. They're partners in Shinra Corporation. they handle conflicts, I guess, concerning things normal humans wouldn't comprehend. So they have to deal with all this Quake nonsense. And, there's a Shamu and Reiji have a past together. I'm pretty sure it gets explained later. Shamu's a little bit of a ditz. And Reiji's kind of the anchor for the two of them. And don't be confusing this Shinra with Final Fantasy VII's Shinra. They're completely different Shinras. This Shinra is the good Shinra. Yeah, the intro is a little long, unfortunately, so we actually won't get into any combat right now. So just be prepared for a lot of talking. But at the beginning of the next video, you get some, get a little bit of taste of the combat and the actual gameplay of the game. So yeah, Reiji stole her money in order to persuade her to come along on the mission. 'Cause he's a dick like that. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to drag your fox partner around. And now we jump to Elza Freighter, which, if any of you happen to know the series Xenosaga, we're about to meet some of our new characters. We got Shion here, and Kos-mos, of course. Kos-mos being a hell of a tank. She is quite possibly the strongest unit in the game. If you don't use her, there is something wrong with you. Unless you're doing a challenge, then I understand completely. But pretty sure this is the start of episode 1. The reveals are mocked, I believe it's called. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, and there's Momo. And they're going over tests with Kos-mos, I believe. And Alan, he only shows up, I think, this one time. Maybe a few more times in flashbacks. You know, Momo wasn't even, if I remember correctly, Momo wasn't even in the opening sequence for Xenosaga, so a little canon bending there. So yeah, doing a little maintenance on the old Kos-mos there. And we jump to Shibuya, where we find Street Fighters. We have Chun-Li and Cammy. Yeah, Chun-Li is ICPO officer, so of course she's patrolling Shibuya, which has been deemed unsafe for human living. Oh, and they translated M. Bison as Vega, his original Japanese name. So yeah, whenever you see Vega, just remember it's M. Bison in the original in the American version. And then we have Yuli and Uni over there. Those must be, I don't understand why they put them in J's. Yeah, I guess it makes sense, but whatever. So yeah. Chun-Li is also keeping an eye on Shadowloo, which was supposedly dissolved a few years back, but we rejoin our protagonist, Reiji and Shamu, in the middle of Shibuya as well. Looking for any Quake disturbances. Shamu wants to go shopping. Reiji doesn't want to let her. Because, you know, gotta keep a patrol out for them enemies. And we meet our first enemies right here. To be the devils. Scythe Weasels. Not sure if they're original enemies or if they're from this game. Looking at it now, Shamu's costume looks like it was designed by Nomura and is a zipper fetish. Running out of time here, so This is the end of the first video. Hope you guys are looking forward to the rest of this game. I know I am. I never even finished it back in the day. But anyways, see you guys later. Next video, right in the sidebar.